This is the first, I guess, huge event, I guess you could call it, that these two teams have been at. And it wasn't surprising that it went that way. In fact, a lot of people expected CLG to come out flat altogether. PTR hasn't really played a major LAN. They haven't played as a roster at a LAN. They did great online, no question about it. But to see them play the way they did, and then Liquid did it in return, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all by that.
Well, here we go. We're getting into the game now. The pistol has started. Team Dignitas on the CT side versus Kabum here for the last match of the first day here at MLG X Games, and there already a quick trade in lower darkest. Dignitas get a little bit feisty, a bit aggressive there in the opening. The bomb is lurking around upper dark here, so I just see a bit of a B play coming in from Kabum as they have their eyes set on it. Dupree draining that USP in on them from the window before falling back. Needs some reinforcements here. Pops off the head of Bolts as he tries to make his way through the window and still holding them off here. Carrigan locking down stuff from the back of the plateau. This is looking quite good here for Dignitas. The Danes looking in good stead to take this round.
Yeah, the pistol gets them off to the start they need, and of course, don't forget, Kabum actually lost the pistol against Cloud9 and then won the eco. Zipnik's going to catch out on Steel as he tries to rotate back through lower B. That's the bomb down, so it's all on Fur. See if he can at least get something done as he comes back over from A. He was the lurk player that was trying to catch off any remaining Dignitas players. Nice shot, gets Zipnik, so now 1-on-3. That bomb's just in front of him. He's going to have to work it through. They are playing that angle in middle. Haven't committed either way defensively. Now they'll fall back, and it looks like actually Device is headed toward A, and that's exactly where Fur is going because he saw two players fall back toward B. So it's going to be a one-on-one battle, and if he wins this battle quick enough, he could get a bomb plan out of it. Oh! If he wins it, what a shot from Fur. He was great in the eco round that they actually picked up against Cloud9 as he held B like an absolute master, but it's not going to be enough. He holds that bomb plant. Dupree gets into position to take him out, so
that was
a nice sick shot.
That was so sick. Like that first shot when the guy was jumping up onto the Xbox in middle, just like so calm, just like pop.
He's a
pop.
pistol player. He's been excellent with the pistol.
And then 1-on-3 gets the plant. That is insanely huge because now only one eco, then they're in the buy round. And that's so important on a map like this because you want to keep that pressure on the economy of Dignitas. If they're able to do that, the AWPs are going to be much further away. If Dignitas are like struggling on money, they're going to be like, well, you know what, we could get AWPs here, but maybe we just want to like have a more secure situation in our economy. Let's just keep to these rifles a little bit longer, but not like play so risky with the AWP straight away. Of course, it depends on how they want to play it, but that's the situation. Kabum can apply that pressure and have more control on the game. So this is really nice to see from them.
They're going to flash over top of A and try and push in toward Device, but he's not going to be fooled. Using a UMP, interestingly enough, and now he's got two with it. His Fur drops as well. And he's got the support of his teammates as they push up. Cajun B is there. Fallen trying to get something out of this as Dupree and Zipnik on the meanwhile have taken down the players at Catwalk. That's exactly where the bomb was, and it's going to just be a sweep as they close out on Fallen as well.
They did actually go opt for a pistol armor in that round, so they're going to be saving regardless, despite getting the bomb down on the first round. But that's okay. We'll have to see if Dignitas can keep this clean from now on and build that bank. And something that's really good from Dignitas is their setups, like just the way that they're able to like force the T's to have to move into these like hard engagements and how they are able to lock down choke points is often like really impressive from Dignitas. And see Device keeping tabs on middle here, and the timing here for this mid push is about to arrive. Device behind the double doors here. He's gonna spot one. Here we go. Dignitas gunning them down here. Nothing on them though, they didn't invest anything into this round, so there's a bit of a suicide run for them.
And the rifles are doing good work. The M4s, Dupree picked up two. Cajun B actually picks up that last one, but Zipnik on the board as well, so they all contribute. They take them down easily, but like you said, they didn't invest much at all, so they will go for full rifles in this round. And it's going to be all 5 AKs. They didn't actually manage to build up enough to go straight to an AWP for Zeke UK. I expect it's going to be him holding it. He was him that did so on Mirage, so I wouldn't be surprised. And look at this, Kerrigan still going to hold on to that OP90.
Yeah, Fallen had some great moments with the AWP as well, so it'd be interesting to see if he ends up picking that up. But this is that standard setup, the 2B3 on A. This is like what we'll see a lot from Dignitas. And Device actually pushing a Cat quite quickly just for a spot here, just to check out how Kabum are moving around the map there. And that, hey, look at that. Well, that's a nice bit of damage, very chunky, 35 damage there onto the bolts. So here they are now trying to slowly extend that map control to over middle and Catwalk. Speaking of map control though, Cajun B is pushed up in behind the door at A.
long. So if they push through there, he should get some free kills, but they're going to go catwalk, and that's actually interesting because with Cajun B stretched out that far, it's really only Device that's there. Zipnik is in CT spawn and does start to fall back because he knows that there's been no noise middle. So Device might need help, and that's the right call. We'll see if it pays off. Bolts is the man who's trying to find out the information. That smoke's going to hold him back, and he's actually only got 39 HP to work with, so he might have to be a martyr here because Steel and ZQK are going to try and march in on the back of him, but it's all on Device.
Yeah, they really want this this A play. In fact, they are going to take down Cajun B for free over at A long here, and this is the perfect situation for the split because now Device has to look in two directions. Does manage to take one frag before getting taken out, but that's absolutely perfectly done there from the Brazilian lineup now as Dupree and Carrigan try to go for this retake, and they might as well try to get the damage done because they got so much money on them. And Dupree actually just going to sneak his way over towards Lower Dark, try to get out of dodge, and hold on to this for now. He does actually have a lot of value on him, the incendiary as well. He's just going to toss away.
Good ears. You heard him run through upper middle there, so he's going to get pinched though.
Now this was a nice round from him, just like straight up. They just got the kill on long, and that enabled the cat play to be more effective, and then that was it.
You're dead right. And if Cajun B is going to play that aggressively at long and leave Device all by himself, he has to get kills because as soon as he was down, you saw it. Device couldn't hold both angles, and when he dropped, Zipnik can't retake alone from ramp, and it just gives up the whole site. They fall apart. So that's, I mean, not at all something that you can afford to do. If you're going to be aggressive, actually, go back against how NIP played it when Exist and Get Right both got aggressive. At least they could both, if they didn't get the kill, they at least traded, and then they could play that angle backwards. So
but look at this, actually. We've got a bit of a mix-up here from Dignitas. They've got some good mid-presence. The player there to flash over by the double doors, and two players on cat initially. They did fall back, though, but because Dignitas Device was able to pick up a kill there with the AWP. So really nice early run advantage, and now just reapplying presence here. And they know that they actually lost long, and Fur 2-on-1 flash. That's like a perfect play again from Dignitas. Look at how they're moving across the map, picking these players off. That's a two-man advantage that they have now. So Kabum, desperation sets in. They got to go for it, and they got to execute these frags right now.
And they got no smoke out on that CT spawn. ZQK, interestingly, has one, but they haven't deployed it. He's not going to care. He's going man mode as he works up toward B. He's going to get Kerrigan. Can't get Dupree, though, as he comes through the window. So a two-man advantage resumes, and Fallen only has 8 HP. Steel on full, well, 99 HP. We might as well call it full for formality's sake. Does have that bomb, but they don't have any map control at all, and they've got a big job ahead of them. Cajun B now on the ramp at CT, looking up toward Catwalk, knows they're going to be in that angle, and Device is all the way out by the car, so he should pick them off as they cross as well. There it is. They are going to try and get at least some fire in on the site, but as I said, Zipnik and Device ready for it. That crossfire easily takes advantage of it. 4-1, Dignitas extending their lead out. Kabum's on the board with one. Against a team like Dignitas, we talk about their sort of lackluster T performances throughout history. How many rounds does Kabum really need?
I think Kabum, at least they're going to be trying to get like at least 6 or 7 would be really, really nice. But Dignitas put them in a really bad spot now because they've just won a round, and then Dignitas pushed them to lose one. So then the advantage on the money bonus goes away. Economy suffers more.
Double nade kill. Cajun, by the way.
Yeah, getting that lockdown there on long, really well played by them, and they actually do pick up 2 kills. Going to get eliminated there. 5-1 now the score as Dignitas are cleaning up and looking, but they are cementing their position, or their lead rather, on Dust 2 here. But now we have the AWP coming into play for Kabum. Not something we've really seen on Dust 2 just yet. Fallen is the one that will be AWPing. And it looks like he wants to challenge middle here. This is going to be interesting. Are we going to have Device on this middle challenge as well? Actually, just going to find Device there. There he is. He's actually going towards B straight up. So Carrigan close to double doors. Fur with a nice timing pick onto Zipnix. KGB does get the return though, but that is going to create a hole in the defense here that Dignitas have to make up for.
And they're going to try because Kerrigan's rotated around out of middle. The interesting thing about that is giving up mid in global offensive more specifically than previous Counter-Strikes does allow that take onto B. But look at Dupree and Device. They've actually pushed all the way up inside tunnels. So they're going to force the issue. They may have a hole in the defense, but if they can just trap them, it doesn't matter. As Dupree continues on, it steals right there. Not going to happen. He's immediately taken down, and Smartly so, Device falls back into B, and look, they're all going to rotate. They know that he's home alone. Kerrigan's going to have to do something quick to get out through CT spawn, but Fallen is going to hold that angle now as well, and as soon as he drops, he should get taken down, but Fallen misses the shot. He's going to have to readjust as they come through. That smoke's actually going to delay that shot, and Cajun B is going to come in from behind, so they do get a little bit of a trap in the end. It looked like they had a perfect opportunity to execute. They don't take the invitation, but it ends up in a one-person remaining situation for Dignitas, and Device drops down, so they do get the round in the end, but a little bit sloppier than I might have expected.
That was actually like really sick positioning from Steel, because he was in that spot on the stairs between lower dark, the stairs that connect lower dark and also upper, and you can see how Dignitas were like pushing the angle to actually, they were actually looking for a guy there, but they were just shy of his angle, and that then they created this one-on-one, and then that opened up B all of a sudden, and that just like created an opportunity out of nowhere. So that was really, really well done there. Small thing, but it had a pretty big impact, I think, on the rounds. Device readily challenging middle here. Thorin was talking about how he really needs to be AWPing as much as physically possible for the team, and that the AWP should be away from Kerrigan, so it looks like that is good for now. You can see that Fallen is looking for those AWP shots as well. Spread across the width of the map now. Good map control for Kabum. They're only really missing Cat at the moment. And they are soon to work on that, I should think, as they have 3 players now moving towards that area.
Device is there, though. And he could, if he wanted to, be a little more aggressive. No, I take it back. He's fallen back onto the CT ramp, and he'll readjust. As he does have that AWP, Zipnik will try and get in and get a little more aggressive. Bolt is going to be the player that, again, is trying to find that pick. As Steel, look at him all the way over and committed to the left side of the B tunnels. He's trying to at least be a distraction. I think they're going to go mid to B right now. Yeah,
I think that's like the best call for them right now, because the positioning, especially with the AWP from Device on that A defense, is going to be brutal. This is really, really nice here. That smoke's going to cut off the AWPer, going to get themselves on the site, but there's still 2 players left to deal with on that B bomb site. How quickly can they get the kills here? How quickly or how much can Dignitas delay this? They really need the flank to come in, the cavalry to arrive ASAP at the moment. Kabum taking their time. These nades really working for Dignitas at the moment, stopping this push into the bomb site. Dupree and Cajun B coming in with frags. In goes Steel around the corner, takes down Kerrigan by the car, but he's alone. And that's going to be it. That does get finished off. So what a really nice response there from Dignitas. That delay was amazing.
A great response. Interestingly, though, the highlight I'm going to, or the positive play I'm going to bring out is actually I really like the way they're taking the mid to Bs on Kabum's side. They lurk through slowly. They cover off their angles. But rather than smoking off right away and rushing out carelessly, they try and get Fallen with a pick through CT, because that's another advantage that they have. They don't have to worry about a flank. And if he doesn't get it within 5 seconds, then they smoke it off and take B. So I really like the way that they're at least trying to get the pick rather than just Hail Marying it.
And here we go. Once again, a creative play. Device boosted there to look into lower dark. Going to pick up the frag on Cat, so almost finding the head there still as well. They are only on pistols, but this creative play from Dignitas is definitely rewarding them. Throwing in the aggressions here and there in the right places has been giving them a nice advantage in some of these rounds. 6-2 at the moment, looking to be 7-2 very soon.
Another nade kill out on the board. This time it's Zipnik who collects that one, and he's going to get flashed off, but it doesn't matter. His teammates are there to back him up. Cajun B gets the last kill on Defer. By the way, Fallen, we talked about him sort of as the highlight player, the one who's the most known for the Brazilians. He's got a big goose egg on the board so far in this map, so he hasn't been able to find anything with that op. And he's going to have to do something soon.
So thanks, Steel, for that angle there of Fallen. Very cinematic. Nice panning. Steel is the best observer, clearly.
He's not the best Steel player, though. Kabum's Steel better player, hands down.
We best not go there. We saw how Steel's reaction.
Yeah, I'm actually sharing a room with him. I might be dead tonight. Zipnik, though, will catch out. Fallen again. Still not on the board because he's down already. 5 HP to work with, though, for Zipnik. He'll at least nade off and do some more damage as he tries to run away and hide. Kerrigan now gets the double. But Fur gets one of his own. And look at that. A Deagle coming to good use right now, as Mr. Juan will take down Kerrigan, and that tries to make our round a little bit closer. Zipnik's low HP, but Dupree closes them off through the doors at middle, and now it's 8-2. Dignitas are looking quite tidy.
Yeah, so we really need to see Kabum like reach that 5-round mark to really have a good indication of whether or not they're going to be able to win the CT half once if they can take the pistol. We're actually going to see double AWP from them. Fallen and ZQK picking up the AWPs here. So this is, I think, the first time we're going to see this from them. Double AWP in on Dignitas as well. Kerrigan and Device both holding AWPs. So this is going to be definitely a slower round, whilst we're going to a more pick-based round. And there it is. ZQK gets a really fast timing onto that B angle, picks up Dupree. And now Karrigan is on the angle. It does get smoked off towards B, so early advantage. Zipnik's tagged down to 12 HP here. So Kabum might just be able to find this round right now. There is another good duel. Fallen picking up the kill onto Device. So it's just on Karrigan now for Orbs on Dignitas' side.
Well, I got one on the board, like I say.
But this is the hard part. If you've got the Orbs now, you might get the kills, but then actually
you have to execute with them.
Yeah, you got to get the whole point is that they're not as mobile. It's not as easy to push sites.
Yeah, double up setup has to be effective very early in the round. The more time that goes away, the less advantage it has. But Bolts will get Karrigan. Cajun B responds. That's fallen down. So one op's down. Now they've got the 2 AKs to work with against both Cajun B and Zipnik. Zipnik on only 12 HP. And they're going to rotate back through those tunnels because Bolts has made himself a home at B site. So the retake is going to have to happen. But they're actually going to arrive at roughly the same time as the bomb, which might be interesting because they're holding that angle. That smoke does enough, but watch out, Steel gets that bounce nade, and that means it's all just Cajun B. He takes a bit of damage as well, so good setup right now from Kabum, and Cajun B gonna have a huge round right now as that bomb's gonna tick away, and I'm not even sure he's feeling up to it. He may just fall off. They've got a comfy lead. He's gonna look for one to cross, and it's gonna be Bolt who goes out for that first peek. He gets it. Is that an invitation to work in, though? I'm not quite sure. He's still comfortable with this. If he plays that angle right, though, he might find one more, but the more time that expires, the less likely he will enter, and it looks like this time, finally, he'll wait for that exit on Steel and then head out back toward middle.
All the timing there, but I would say Bolts, the way that he peaked that angle is actually really awesome. Oh, they actually lost the
And that's because he hung around that long, so that at least gives the consolation prize to them.
But yeah, I mean, Bolts actually, if you saw the way that he peaked there, he showed just like a pixel of his shoulder to get the player to actually start spraying, and then re-peaked once he sprayed a little bit. His recoil was like messed up. He actually connected with the headshot, but like these little things are what gives you these edges in these one-on-ones. And Bolts has been playing really well on some of these duels. Like, he's really surprising me. But either way, the 2 orbs still in play here for Kabum. They haven't yet gotten an early pick, but this time only the Device is the AWP here for Dignitas. He's working long. He does get the kill onto Fur there. So that's going to lock down that angle for now.
And they're going to trade it off. Cajun B is going to get aggressive as a result, and Device tries to relocate. Actually, he's jumped up on the half wall to try and play. This is a slightly off angle, if you will. Still the same direction, but just by being that much higher, it's harder to hit that shot, and it doesn't matter because Fallen's not even going to get one off. So 2 on the board already for Device, and 2-man advantage for Dignitas. Bomb still in middle. ZQK holding onto that. Karrigan's there. Zipnik in CT spawn, so good crossfire availability if they time it right. But again, they're going for that late smoke strategy, and ZQK this time has the op.
A great setup here from Dignitas. Let's give them make their way on the peaks. But this is here to deal with just exactly that. There's one frag. The flash was good. Zipnis can't pull up the second one, though. And that smoke is not quite covering enough LCT spawn here. So Dignitas looking very good at just retaking the situation. Still now the last man standing here for Kabum in this round as he looks for something, but 4 players left to find, 30 seconds to do it, and the save is looking much more enjoyable at this point. But the problem is that Team Dignitas has so many players alive that they can actually try to kill him after time here. Because they actually have 20 seconds to like get to him at this point. So that's actually quite scary now for Steel.
And they're all hunting. All 4 of them are on the move. Zipnik's going to be the first to get there as he comes up from the A side of T-spawn. He gets taken down. Cajun B will be the second, and he won't fail as his teammate did. So they get the gun out of the hands. That's very important. 9-3 going to be the score. 3 rounds left in the half, and if Dignitas close it out, it should be enough for them to do quite easy work on the T side.
From a skill perspective, like Kabum look like pretty darn good, to be honest. I mean, Dignitas are definitely known for that, but Kabum are no slouches, and I can definitely see them picking up a couple more rounds. Obviously, they got the eco to deal with, to contest with, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on the next one, but still, we've got a Bolts on 2 flashes, got a smoke, a couple Deagle in play as well, so let's see what they can pull out with this long push. Zipnik's going to spray down a couple there. There's the third one from Zipnik. Nothing on the return, though, for Kabum, so great cleanup. Cajun B chiming in with one of his own onto ZQK. They will get 1 frag, but they reached the 10 rounds.
And a nice 4K. So an eco sweep. Money situation's a little grim. They'll get by this round, but I think if I just press tab, yeah, they're going to have to force if they don't win this one for the last round of the half, so we could quickly be at 12-3. And as I say, if they win that pistol on the second side, it could be way too far out of reach for Kabum. So this is a round they very, very much need. Otherwise, it's all all but done.
And there's no orbs for them. And they've been playing with a lot of orbs, but that aggressive play, Device finding a shot into the torso of Fallen. Gonna be on the angle there for the players on lower dark should they push him, but I think they are very aware of this. That's a great flash, actually. Gonna force Device back a little bit. Oh, he was crouched, goes for the peak shot. Bottles rips his head off with the AK. And this might just be the cue now for Kabum to take some more map control. Looking for a play onto Cat, but Cajun B is close here.
Oh, don't get caught with that flashbang out. He almost does. ZQK got past it, so he wasn't even blind. Now he's got to fall to the cover of CT spawn. That gives him an opportunity to try and get... Oh, that bomb! Crucially, that bomb is dropped onto CT ramp, so they don't even have to try and secure Catwalk. They can just sit back now. A little bit of luck as that falls down for them, so it's all on Steel. 1 on 4. And as I said, they've got no money. They're going to have to force for the last round of the half. So does he try and just go for it knowing that, or does he hold on to the gun and potentially give them more to work with? At this point, I say go for it. You need more rounds on the board.
Absolutely. You just got to try to get as much as possible at this point, and still going to try to make something happen here. Moving in for the frag onto Zipnix. 30 seconds left. Will find the kill onto Zipnix. 50 health left on Steel. Flare below, and he's going to get taken down pretty easily there by Dignitas. Really nice defense from them. Nice aggressions mixed in again. They always find the timing just at the right moments, and actually, they have pushed Cat many times. Device has pushed Cat many times. And it's, Kabum should be looking for this at this point, as Dignitas have shown that hand repeatedly now. But we're going to see the Scar, the auto sniper on Zipnix, and just measly pistols for Kabum. So, going to be a rough one for them.
And they're all heading toward B with the exception of Fallen. Look at Cajun B, though. He's already pushed up middle aggressively. He catches him out, but now he's got to contend with all the rest of the players coming down through lower. And he actually falls back to Cat quite wisely. Continues to spam away with that 5-7. The grenade did a little bit of damage as well to Fur. And there's Kerrigan on the board. The bomb again dropped in a very advantageous position.
But it's not going to matter anyway. Device closing in on their position. All the Dignitas players bearing down on the remaining Brazilians. And that's going to be the half there. 12-3 Dignitas. Very strong half. Perhaps Thorin's prediction could be right after all.
Yeah, well, we're that much closer to everyone on the first day, showing some skill and some mistakes and ending out on an even foot. So tomorrow's games are literally win it, move it. It's so fragile. It's best of one. I expected there would be some surprises to this tournament. Not this many. This is quite impressive. And Dignitas, the job's not done. They need 4. They want to get it started on the pistol round. Again, they're not known to be a terrorist team. And they definitely know nothing about their opponent on this time, so they've got to play their absolute best. They can't take chances at all.
Yeah, I'm interested to see the opening setup here from Kabum. I mean, it's often I see from teams like the 3-2 split, just 3 on long at the start, and then 2 just go straight to B, because you want to cover those, like, the potential for rushes, like, straight away. As you can see, actually, there's a rush on long right now. They're going to get through the choke points that are hard to get through for free. Fallen is actually going to pick up a kill there, and that Cat presence is going to work out really wonderfully. First there, it does get smoked off, but still, like, great information. So many players alive here for Kabum, and just 2 left now for Dignitas. Kabum looking fantastic. The boost up onto Fur, up, going to take down Zipnix. He does get the bomb planted, though. Immediate defuse as Kerrigan goes wild with the Glock, but he is going to get eliminated, and that is the plant for Dignitas. So that's actually
they were
a
a second late.
deal.
If he had prevented that, that would help them just economically, but importantly, they take a very convincing pistol round, and that throws them a lifeline to claw back in. We could see potentially 12-6 because of that. And then Dignitas has to play. They've got to come through as a terrorist team right now. They're not going for much of a buy either, by the way, so they are going to save because of that bomb plant and try and go for an early 3rd round buy.
And this is also the reason why you see, like, the FAMASs and the rifles. Like, sometimes you would see the SMGs, but here they know that AKs are going to be following this next round no matter what, and that they don't want to play SMGs like against AKs, especially with all the ranges on this map. So sticking to the FAMASs, the M4s, and in comes the Cat play from Team Dignitas as Kabum are on the defense here. They have actually a nice, like a pretty decent setup here on the ranges. Do have a player on crossover, 1 on pit, 1 in graffiti. This is good coverage here for the defense of Kabum.
And Steel should get Zipnik easy as he comes out of the doors at long, and yet there it is, quick kill, but now the rest of them are going to march up onto Catwalk. ZQK is going to have to fall back and readdress that angle, but first still over at Goose, and he will get 1, but Device immediately responds, but ZQK takes down Dupree, so that evens it up, and all they've got to do, oh, Cajun B, hello, P250, one taps him as he runs by, and with the bomb down, There's a chance they might be able to do something here, but Steel's already on his horse to try and go for that retake. They're going to smoke themselves off in the backside of Goose to at least prevent line of sight. But there it is. Bolt's coming over from Catwalk. Oh, but as I say it, look at that. Cajun B and Device each get one, so it is a one-on-one. And he's picked up a rifle. Dignitas get an eco. Unbelievable 13-4. I didn't expect them to be able to hold that at all.
Yeah, this is, I mean, even if they'd actually won that round, their buy would still be so terrible compared to what Dignitas would be able to buy, because they got 2 bomb plants in a row. They barely invested anything in that round, and they got all the frags as well. So, I mean, just look at how much Dignitas have going for them right now. They got a full setup, got the AWP, all the nades, all the AKs, helmets on everybody. They are loving life right now, and Kabum are looking to get completely shut out of this. That's 2 big tags as well on these players. Add insult to injury. And they're going to have to try to just hold on B. A straight up B push in from Dignitas. Keep it clean and simple on the entry. And that's what they're doing.
Fur's going to be the first to arrive on the rotate. I briefly said it, kind of rudely interrupted you. I apologize. But that retake they attempted last round, they all went in one at a time. And look, Fur's going to get aggressive and just run it all by his lonesome again. They did pick up that 8K for Fallen, and I think they'll just try and keep that in their hands as the round expires. Zipnik now firing away toward the stairs. But another one's going to go the way of the Device, so 2 rounds away. I want to make an interesting point, too. I don't know if this is true. Someone has to confirm this for me, but I think every single game today has been won by the team in the blue booth.
Really? No, surely not.
I'm pretty sure.
The booth's a curse? Is that what you're telling me?
Liquid lost in red. Cloud9 lost in red. I'm pretty sure it's got to be pretty close, as the end of the round will be upon us. CQK does drop, at least.
All right, so 14-4. All right, okay, you've been blown up.
Yeah, apparently I'm not true. I've been told by Corey down in my ear that is false.
All right, well,
how many times can I be wrong in one day?
Kabum, they've got the Famisers going right now, so there is hope to be had for them. Well, maybe it's hard to say that with Famisers, but regardless, they're going to go for a quick play into lower dark to try to blow this up. They got third. The only guy with the AK does get flashed out, gets the headshot straight away onto Cajun B. The return from Carrigan is there, though, and the presence on Catwalk is also there for Kabum, so they have like a really good strategy going into this, but losing their man there, and this push on A long definitely spells a lot of trouble for them, as Dignitas should be very easy to an A plant right now. Great angles held here by Dignitas, Dupree and Zipnix getting them frags respectively, and Kabum not able to provide enough damage here. In goes Carrigan with the execution there on Bolts, and that is match point here.
An astonishing amount of match points as well. They're going to have 11 of them to work with, so this is all but done, and we're going to see...
Triple scout, baby. Oh, yeah.
Hey, why not? I approve. Come on. Let's get some hype for that. I'm excited. I like this scout play.
This is the best way you can possibly end the day.
Let's go for jump shots on all of them.
Oh yeah, this is what I like to see.
20 hop scouting, no scoping. Let's get some headshots on the board.
For the record, I think that mechanic is terrible and hurts the game.
Oh, I agree.
But I love it. It's so fun.
It's extremely exciting to watch. And me being a former COD player, in COD 4, jump scouting was just normal, or jump scoping was just normal.
Yep.
I hated it then, I hate it now. And ZQK tries to get one with the scout. They've actually done good work. They've got Dupree and Device down, so it is a 3-on-3. And Fur's traded off for this M4, so they're not done just yet. They refuse to go quietly, but Cajun B is going to try and silence them now. As Fur drops in middle, as they've got full control, and now it's Bolts as well. Cajun B doing all the damage, just fallen. That remains 2 kills already on the board with the scout, but if he doesn't win this round, it's going to be a 8-way tie, essentially 4-way in both groups. And tomorrow, if you don't show up, you definitely go home. There's no question about it. Zipnik now inside B, going to just go for that plant. There's no point messing around and trying to find Fallen. Let's make him come to you. He's lurking through that smoke, and as he comes through, Cajun B should just quickly adjust and one-taps him. There it is. Team Dignitas make quick work of Kabum, and again, 4-way tie group A, 4-way tie group B. Nobody, I mean literally nobody on planet Earth could have predicted that.
Yep.
There's no way. Not in any parallel universe would you have predicted this today.
So, but most importantly, this actually means that Thorin and Fifth Lauren are now tied with these predictions. So
come on, Fifth Lauren, pull through
that's
for
really
me,
good
buddy.
because I was really worried about like the potential for like a really smug look on Fifth Lauren's face. We're going to avoid that for the time being. But yeah, I mean, Kabum had a great showing on Mirage. I mean, Dignitas played just the consistent game that they've always played on Dust 2, and you can see how well it worked. We had some great rounds from Kabum, despite the score. something that, like, we can see that they've got great individual skill. Like Bols, like, show some really great adaptive play. Fallen, some great stuff with the Orbs. ZQK as well. Yeah. But Dignitas too strong.
And every team, I mean, as much as there was upsets, CLG over LDLC, every team had moments of, you know, exuberance. There was also moments of failure for every team as well. And it was a contribution of all of those aspects that really created the situation we're in. What a day, DDK. What a great start to the X Games. This can only get better tomorrow as we move forward. And that said, let's send it down to Puckett to wrap up the day.
All right, guys, it has been a long but awesome day. We started with 8 teams, and after a day's work, it couldn't be any closer. As we take a look at Pool A first, you can see all 4 teams. They got a big win. They also suffered a loss. I think the team to look out for here, though, is going to be Dignitas. They only lost to NIP in overtime, and they just made a statement here on Dust 2. Pool B, however, this is anyone's game. We saw fantastic games from all 4 teams. Really impressive showing from Fnatic early on in the day, but then it was LDLC in that matchup against Fnatic that really showed their power. So what that means is coming into tomorrow, the remaining pool play games will decide who makes it into our semifinals. Kicking things off at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, we have Fnatic going up against CLG, followed by Team Liquid versus LDLC. Those are your Pool B matches. Right after that, Ninjas in Pajamas face off against Kabum, and Cloud9 will try and take down Dignitas. After pool play, we'll have a short lunch